Welcome to the second segment of my series on longevity. I'm Michael McMahon. I'm a psychologist, not a doctor, and these are my advice from my experience in my research. So we're talking about front-end strategies to sharpen your senses and keep your brain healthy and young as you get older. You can start this as early as you want. My advice is personal, like I said, not based on my physician's advice. So the goal is radical self-care. And the reasons for that are to enhance our resiliency, create joy and well-being, to reduce anxiety, to maintain our cognitive abilities as we get older, and flexibility, and to become self-change agents. And I'm going to show you how to do that through a series of stretches later on. To use self-reinforcement strategies, to honor your sensory needs, to develop spirituality, and to prevent developing OFS, old fart syndrome. So, simplicity is the goal, not to try to get crazy about this. I talked about in my last segments the blue zones and how the primary area that holds the blue zones together is socialization. They eat different foods, they're in different cultures. So communications, positive peer interactions, all those things are more important for your longevity than the food you eat or drinking red wine, etc. So I'm all about solutions in my life. So let's talk about some. One area that we're going to talk about today is having a personal wellness plan. You don't have to write it out, but you can. I've made charts for myself with 10 or 15 things on there, and I check them off if I do them every day, but I'm not a fascist about it. So remember, always, it's the little things you do all the time that change the big things, right? So that's what you want to pay attention to. Making commitments or stretches, like I said. A stretch can be anything, like I'm going to drive a different way to work every day. Or I'm going to eat a different food product every day. Or I'm going to sit in my living room to eat breakfast instead of my dining room. So it's just little things that keep things changing, keep your sensory, your internal and external sensory changing, your senses. One book I do recommend, and you can get it on Audible, is Atomic Habits. And that's a great book. When I read it, I said, yeah, that's exactly what I do. And it works really well. So for example, if I set a stretch to do 25 push-ups a day, and it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm exhausted and I'm just getting in bed. If I get out of bed and just do one, it's a huge difference than just giving up on your dream. Just do the one and get in bed if you can't handle it. And it breaks that cycle of that you feel like you can't do anything, So in developing your own internal motivation, that's what it's all about. Reframe circumstances. Bad things happen to everyone, as we know, so you can reframe them. Like, what was the good part of it? What do I learn? What can I change so that I don't have this happen again, If you bought a product that didn't last and you don't buy that one again, who can help me find a better product? Planning and scheduling. I try to do that. I'm not neurotic about any of this. I use a timer sometimes, a 30-minute timer usually. And what I do is I'm a writer. I'll write for 30 minutes. I'll go in my art studio for 30 minutes. I'll go in the garden for 30 minutes. I will sit at my desk and do work that I have to do, pay bills or whatever for 30 minutes, or I'll play with the dog for 30 minutes. I'll eat lunch for 30 minutes, but I will, if I need that structure, I will do that for myself. It's pretty internalized with me now. I know to get up and stretch every 15 or 20 minutes or a half hour. I don't sit for long periods of time. So planning and scheduling are important, but you don't have to be neurotic about it. So for today, I just want to end with this. You can build a little chart like I did for maybe a year or two. I'd made these little charts, and I even took them with me on vacation. Like, I want to do, this many push-ups. I want to eat with my left hand for breakfast every day. I've done that for 3 years. I want to do all these little things, eat a little bit, something different. I want to go, experience something different I've never done every day. That's not as hard to do as you think it is. Like if I haven't eaten on my front porch, then take my breakfast out on the front porch. That's not hard to do. So there's a lot of things you can do. And what these all accumulate to is cognitive flexibility. So standing and putting your shoes and socks on, standing up in the morning. So I have 1 million of these that we're going to go through in the next segments, but this one is about sensory wellness, making sure you take care of yourself sensorily. So ciao for now.